Uh-oh, we're reacting to Dr. Disaster again. You know what that means? That means we got another disaster on our hands, and this time it's Dragon Age Veilguard again. Oh. And this time, it's Witcher 4 again. Witcher 4 abandons the modern audience. Ciri's face looks feminine again in new video release, and everybody's saying this is a win. This is absolutely not a win. Because we still don't got Geralt back. They still replaced her with a chick. They put a chick in it and made her lame and gay!
What's up, space pirates? This is your admiral, the obviously awesome Dr. Disaster. And it is becoming evident that game developers are gradually realizing that they have to capitulate to what gamers want or face some major problems. And CD Projekt Red...
What are those problems? Those problems are people aren't gonna fucking buy your game.
...it is no different from anyone else.
You will listen to every damn word I have to say!
You blew it!
We saw this happen the other day with Fable and Microsoft. They took
I'm
this
Fables
character here, who was completely despised by gamers for being an insanely ugly-looking woman, if you can even call her that, and they changed her up. It's subtle, she's still not gonna win any beauty pageants, but she at least looks human now.
Now she looks like a girl that I would date. A nice 7 out of 10, which is what I think this game is gonna end up being. And I think Fable 2 was a 9 out of 10, Fable 3 was an 8 out of 10, even though I like Fable 3 more than Fable 2, technically. But that's just an opinion, man.
Still not gonna win any beauty pageants, but she at least looks human now. This design here might have been appealing to the jealous, sewer creature feminists who work in all the HR departments, but to gamers, well, it was definitely going to be a drag on Fable's sales.
I know, there's a problem with your face.
At this point, the unattractive female main character has become a trope, a signifier to most of us that this is a game that is not worth playing, which brings me to the Witcher 4 trailer that was released a few months ago at the Game Awards.
Oh, but she's older now. Your looks are gonna fade when you're older. Then why'd you do it? Then why'd you do it? You put a chick in it and made her lame and gay!
In that trailer, Ciri was revealed as the new main character of the series, and a big old controversy erupted over the way that her face appeared to have been changed from when she was younger. A lot of gamers said that her new face had cheekbones and a jawline that looked to have been altered in a way that made her look as though she had transformed. And I'm not referring to the Trial of Grasses.
Excuse me, it's ma'am. It is ma'am.
You got it, dude.
Anyhow, CD Projekt Red just put out a behind-the-scenes video on the making of that Witcher 4 trailer, and in it, they have shown new images of Ciri.
Oh man, I haven't seen that.
And it looks as though they have changed the character's face so that she looks definitively female again. She looks like Ciri, but I'll let you be the judge. This is one of...
Yeah, I actually don't care. I do not care. If you would have called this The Witcher, the Ciri story, or something like that, perfectly fine. But no, the fact that it's The Witcher 4, I'm not actually mad about this. I didn't play much of The Witcher 3. It's just like another thing that makes me not want to play The Witcher.
Of the side-by-side comparisons, the image on the left is the updated version of the character. The eyes definitely have a more feminine look to them, and her jaw and cheekbones look softer as well. Here's another side-by-side comparison. This time, the one on the right is the new image, and once again, she looks much more distinctly feminine. It's subtle, but my brain picks up on it immediately.
They kind of, I think they took some like anime stuff. They were looking at anime characters and were like, let's make her anime. That's what I'm getting from this.
What it looks like to me is that CD Projekt Red is making the right call here and prioritizing profit over progressive shit-lib messaging.
You see, yeah, they're prioritizing profit, and that's not what they should be doing. They should be prioritizing good games.
It seems CDPR saw the controversy over their character
Am I the only one here that thinks this? That I'm still not gonna play this because they replaced Geralt because put a chick in it and make it lame and gay?
And also noticed all the games from the past year or so featuring characters that we don't like failing miserably, and they said,
I sense a disturbance in the Force.
Nobody's talking about the fact that this is still definitely not going to be the same character. Like, yeah, it's Ciri. Oh yeah, they made her pretty again. But what character design changes did they do with like her voice, the way she speaks, the words that she says, the way she acts? Because they're not going to be able to completely change all that and remove it from the game.
Alright, me hearties, make sure that you hit that like button on this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to follow me over on X, where my handle is Dr. Disaster 1. But alright, let's talk about this Witcher situation. As I said before,
Here's the biggest problem. You want to know the biggest problem I have with it? Right here. Unreal Engine 5. Every single game that I've talked about that was bad so far has been on Unreal Engine 5. Is the new Mass Effect going to be on Unreal Engine 5? I guarantee it. Avowed, Unreal Engine 5. Witcher 4, Unreal Engine 5. Fable, Unreal Engine 5. Everything is on Unreal Engine 5! And I'm not playing any of them.
you, of course, can judge this for yourself as to whether or not you think that changes have really been made with Ciri's face.
Borderlands, Unreal Engine 5!
I'm pretty sure my feelings on the matter are clear. They have made her look much more feminine, and I think this is a clear sign that we have another example of a studio abandoning the modern audience.
No, they're still doing that. They're just going back about 10 years. They're just embracing feminism now instead of transism.
These studios have watched a ton of other games fail for not listening to what is clearly the majority of the gaming market. Now, I know there are people out there who will call us names because they disagree with our opinion. They'll say that we're sexist and bigots and all
I have an even more extreme opinion, apparently.
that sort of thing for caring about this sort of issue. But those words have lost their power, which is why grifter and gooner have been thrown around so much lately. The grifter one is particularly funny to me. It's as if opposing these established institutions is where the money is. These
Yeah, and they only use the word grifter because they hear other people say grifter and they actually don't know what grifter means.
people are flailing, trying to find something new to shame us into agreeing with their progressive crap, but it ain't gonna happen. In any event, this is what we have been working toward for the past year, making it evident that listening to gamers is the only way forward. We don't need every female character to look like Eve from Stellar Blade, but they shouldn't look like dudes with wigs either. Ciri is one of a few potential logical choices for a main character in the Witcher series, so I don't have a problem at the base level with taking her and putting her in a starring role in this next game. But I will say this, making her a Witcher is not the direction they should have gone. There are a whole bunch of lore problems with doing this, not the least of which being that Geralt and Yennefer...
They could have made a Witcher game starring Ciri and not made her a Witcher. The Witcher, the Ciri story, and then don't make her a Witcher. It's so easy. It could have been so easy. And they didn't have to worry about all the retcon stuff.
Yennefer would never let her undergo the trial of grasses, and it's not even clear that she would be able to survive the trial. I've heard accounts...
By the way, I haven't played Witcher 3. I am a Witcher fan. I've played Witcher 1 and 2. And I've watched a shit ton of lore.
that women were unable to survive it. I mean, think of this. Witcher is a masculine version of the word witch, if you weren't aware. It's kind of like the word sorcerer and sorceress. Witcher is the male version of the term. But more than that, from a practical standpoint, Ciri didn't need to become a Witcher.
True.
She was already powerful in her own right.
Yeah, there we
It would have
go.
been interesting to see them explore
Agreement.
a wholly new type of character in the series and not revert to something they had done before. She was always an interesting part of the stories, and it feels kind of lazy to just make her into a Witcher. Of course, the question then becomes, what do you do with the title of the game? It's hard to want to call it The Witcher 4 if the game no longer features a Witcher as a main character, but the easiest solution would have been to call it Ciri, a Witcher tale.
Yes!
Or something like that.
Yeah.
But they went the lazy route, and now here we are, but they have seemingly...
Dude, I haven't heard anybody else say this. I came up with it off the top of my head. It's just natural. It's a natural conclusion to make, where you could just make a side story with the Witcher title and not it be a mainline Witcher game. Or it can be a mainline Witcher game and just be a series tale or something like that.
At least made changes to the character's face in order to appease gamers. The lore stuff will have people debating for the next decade, but CD Projekt Red can at least make some crossroads with this.
Nope, they messed it up. Borderlands messed up their lore. Mass Effect's lore is messed up. Fallout lore is messed up. Elder Scrolls lore is messed up because of all this shit. Not even DEI and woke stuff and like feminism. It's just they don't know how to write good material without changing everything from the last games, because they're like, oh, we decided we like this better, and then us as the gamers looking back over all the lore from the past 10-15 years, nothing makes sense.
The manly looking woman trope puts developers squarely in the camp of a studio that doesn't
And then you know what's gonna happen? After everything is broken, they're like, well shit, what do we do now? Reboot the whole thing!
care for its majority male audience. When you combine that with all of the turnover that we have seen at the studio at CD Projekt Red since the last time they made a Witcher game, and then you look at the developers that we know are working there now, who have said some awful things about gamers, which we have covered extensively on this channel, but when you factor all of that together, it was fair to assume the game was going to be modern audience slop. And in truth, I still suspect that this change to Ciri is just a band-aid on a bullet wound.
Yeah, they need to get off of the Unreal Engine.
Still suspect this game will have problems, but this is at least a good sign that we are being listened to. Grums said last year on X that we needed to close our wallets to these AAA studios so that they would understand that we
They already slighted me. Not buying it. I bought Witcher 3. I still haven't played it, but I did buy it with all the DLC. Not gonna do that with this one. I don't care. Even if people are saying it's a 9 out of 10, no. Fuck you. You're not getting my money.
mean business. 2 years to slow the spread, he said, and he seems to have been correct. It has been 1 year, and we are already seeing studios backtrack on the sort of things they have done before. In another year, as the culture continues to shift away from this progressive crap, we will hopefully see more healing. It will still be a while, but
Yeah, they're gonna have to fire everybody at the company or sell off the property before I give a shit again.
before we consistently see based games come out, because development takes a long time, and a lot of these games that are already multiple years in development can't easily turn things around and de-wokeify. Too bad for them, I guess. That's where you'll see titles like South of Midnight, Avowed, Dragon Age the Veilguard. You'll see them fail and flop, while games like Monster Hunter Wilds, which are just video games,
I'm definitely buying Monster Hunter Wilds. That is a game that I'm getting whenever I get paid in like 2 weeks.
just pure escapism, those will continue to succeed in a big way. And as one style continues to cause studio shutdowns, like with what happened to Monolith under the Warner umbrella, well, everyone will take note that the
Yeah, and they kept Rocksteady around. The people who ruined The Arkham games. With that stupid Suicide Squad game. And they're just gonna make more slop. Probably on the Unreal Engine. Because it's easy to use and it looks pretty. But it makes everything look the fucking same.
Apolitical, non-progressive garbage sells well, and capitalism will take hold and do what it does best. Give the majority what they want. But I'm going to leave it there. What are your thoughts on the Siri face change? Some people say it's not enough. Some people say it's just a trick of the lighting. Drop your thoughts into the comment section below, and we will talk there.
You know what I think? Too little too late. You fucked up. You fucked up for years and you burned us. And you're doing everything wrong. And now you're trying to backtrack, it seems like, and it ain't gonna work. Same with Fable. They were like, oh shit, nobody's gonna play this. All these games are failing. It's too woke. We gotta delay it. I guarantee you that Witcher 4 is gonna get delayed. Doesn't matter to me. I ain't buying it. Are you buying it? For profits. Fuck off with that, man. Make good games. Fuck the profits. Some of my favorite games nobody knows about, and they were technically failures, but now they're cult classics. Because they weren't made for the modern audience back when they were made. They were made for audiences forever. And it just happened to be that people picked it up later on and were like, oh, how did I miss this?